Hey everybody, I am walking through Red Mountain Park in Birmingham, Alabama. It's just a system of walking trails through Red Mountain Park. That's what it is. And give you a quick little look of it. We're just going to take a quick little walk through here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer 10 questions about Birmingham that you didn't know you needed the answer to. And so just enjoy this video. Hopefully you'll learn something. If you have questions, feel free to call me, email me, text me, whatever. I don't care. Just reach out to me and I'll be glad to help you any way I can. The first question is, what's the weather like in Birmingham? Well, as you can see here today, it is a beautiful day. Got this beautiful area called Red Mountain Park. We're just kind of walking these trails. It is about 65 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, and it's just gorgeous. But 2 days ago, it was 30 degrees and we had frost on the ground. So the weather changes. But in this time of year, March, April, October, November, the weather is just spectacular. It's days like this, beautiful blue skies, and it's just really nice. Now, it gets hot. It gets real hot in the summer. July, August, we could have days in the 90s, 90% humidity, and you walk outside and you feel like you're walking into an oven or a sauna. And so it gets to be some really hot days in the summer. Winters are generally pretty mild. It doesn't get crazy cold. Well, generally it doesn't get crazy cold. 2023, the coldest day was 0 degrees. And that's just ridiculous in Alabama. It rarely snows. I think we may have gotten a dusting. We'll have some flurries every year, but it generally doesn't snow. Rarely do we have significant accumulation. And when we do, everybody just goes crazy. Schools are out, people are off work, but it rarely snows and it rarely accumulates. And so that's just a quick snapshot of what our weather's like. It can have some beautiful days like this. It's hot in the summer. Winters are generally mild with hardly ever snows. The next question that you didn't know you need answered is, how much is it going to cost me to live in Birmingham? Luckily, the cost of living in Birmingham is among the lowest in the country. The average sales price for a house, I believe, is around $225,000 in Birmingham. Now, does that mean you can go and get a house in the middle of Hoover for $225,000? Probably not. But there are areas where you can get a house for that price. Utilities, I would say in the summer you could probably estimate, I don't know, $300, probably $300 a month for a power bill. Because when you have a 90-degree day and your air conditioner runs all day long, your power bill is going to be higher. Luckily, the power company and the gas company will allow you to average your bill, and they do a budget amount every month. So they'll take your last 12 months bills, add them up, divide them by 12, and that'll be your monthly amount. And they adjust it every so often. If your usage goes up, or even if it goes down, it might get a little bit cheaper. So it allows you to budget for your power bill and your gas bill Water bills aren't that much. Cable bills probably, depending on the service you provide, $55 to $90, $100. But anyway, the cost of purchasing a house is among the lowest in the country. The utilities are, you just have to manage that. But anyway, all in all, the cost of living in Birmingham is much less than just about anywhere else in the country. One other question you might want an answer to that you didn't know you need was, can I have a gun? And what are the gun laws in Alabama? If you're 19 years old, never been in any trouble, you can conceal carry without a permit. You can get a permit, but they're not required anymore to do concealed carry for a handgun. Hunting rifles, shotguns, things like that to hunt with, you can have, as long as you're not a felon. Hopefully you're not a felon. But the gun laws, Alabama is a very conservative state, and so the gun laws reflect that. We want people to have their guns, and we want people to enjoy them, and we want people to protect themselves. So your rights as a gun owner are very good in Alabama. I'm not sure where you're viewing this video from, but one of the things that we hear people talk about in big cities, Birmingham is a decent sized city. I wouldn't say it's a big city. It's not an Atlanta. It's not as big as Nashville. It's not as big as Charlotte or Chicago or any of those. But what you hear people complain about a lot of times in those big cities is traffic. So, what's the traffic like in Birmingham? Well, that depends on what time of day you're in your car driving. Rush hour traffic in the morning from 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Can be pretty bad. I-65, Highway 280 can be pretty congested. After that, it pretty much frees up a little bit and it's not so bad. Then it gets to be about 3 p.m. People start going home from work. I-65, 280, Highway 31, they all get pretty congested again until about 6:30, something like that. All in all, traffic compared to, say, Atlanta is a cakewalk. Traffic, say, compared to a little small town, some people may think it's ridiculous. All in all, it's not too bad. The next question you didn't know you needed an answer to was, how long is it going to take me to get to the beach? Well, the great thing about living here in Birmingham is the beach is only about 4 hours away. You can be to Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, Pensacola Beach, Perdido Beach, Destin, Navarre, Panama City, just about any of those. You can be to the beach with your feet in the sand in about 5 hours tops. You can go on a deep sea fishing charter. You can go and get you some great fresh Gulf seafood. It's just phenomenal. To make a long story short, you can be at the beach with your feet in the sand in about 5 hours from Birmingham. That's a great benefit if you like the beach of being in Birmingham, Alabama. The next question that you didn't know you needed an answer to is, what's Birmingham close to? Well, it's close to Atlanta. We're about 140 miles from Atlanta, a little over 2 hours from Atlanta. We're about 3 hours, about 150 miles from Nashville. If you want to be on Broadway, go see some country music, you go to Nashville. We're about 3.5 hours from Memphis. Go to Beale Street, Go to Rendezvous, get you some ribs. Like I just mentioned, we're about 4 hours from the beach. Jackson, Mississippi, if you ever want to go there, is about 3.5 hours. About 12 hours from Houston, Texas. About 8 hours from Charlotte. So there's lots to do, lots to be close to. We got a pretty good airport in Birmingham. Worst case, you can get in your car, drive 2 hours for Atlanta, and be there in no time to catch a flight. So in the big scheme of things, Birmingham is very centrally located. You can get to several metro areas pretty quickly. The next question that you didn't know you needed the answer to was, how are the schools in Birmingham? And I'll answer that question with, well, it depends on where you live. There are several municipalities in Birmingham that have the highest rated schools in the state of Alabama. Homewood has the highest rated school system in the state of Alabama. Hoover has a high rating. Mountain Brook has a high rating. Vestavia Hills, Pelham, Alabaster all have very high ratings with A+ ratings from a group called Niche. But there are really good schools to be found in Birmingham. If you can't find a public school that you like, there are several private schools. John Carroll is a private school. Briarwood Christian School is a private school. There are several options for homeschooling if that's what you want to do. But in general, the public schools in Birmingham, city limits of Birmingham, just to be truthful, are not great. You'll need to be in an area like Hoover, Homewood, Mountain Brook, Vestavia, Alabaster, Pelham, Helena, something like that, to get an A-rated school system. But there are great schools in our area. Another question you didn't know you needed the answer to was, are there any good jobs in Birmingham? Well, considering Birmingham has UAB Medical Center, St. Vincent's Medical Center, Brookwood Medical Center, Grandview Medical Center, Shelby Baptist, there's a huge medical community in Birmingham. UAB is a major employer. Alabama Power is a major employer. There's still lots of steel jobs in Alabama. A SIPCO is a major employer. You have Samford University and just countless other companies that are in Birmingham that are significant employers. So are there jobs available in Birmingham? Absolutely. There's lots and lots of good paying jobs in Birmingham. And the final question that you didn't know you needed the answer to was, is there anything to do in Birmingham? There are tons of things to do in Birmingham. I'm going to turn this around and just kind of show you this. This is Red Mountain Park. This is a place where you can come and hike. The trail I'm on is pretty easy walk. There are some more significant trails that you can do. You can come, bring your kids, spend a day, and just have a great time here at Red Mountain Park. We have Moss Rock Preserve, is a place similar to this in Hoover that you can go hike, climb up on some big rocks, walk down to a creek, really get a good workout in and just have a great time hiking at Moss Rock Preserve. You have the McWayne Center. It is a science center and it's a really great place to take the young kiddos. There's 3 levels of just activities and things for them to do. You can go and spend almost an entire day at the McWayne Center. And the great thing about it when they go is the kids learn something. They have fun and learn, and it's a great place for them to go. Oak Mountain State Park is right here in Birmingham, and it's a huge state park. You can play golf, you can fish, you can camp, you can ride mountain bikes, you can ride regular bikes, you can hike, whatever. There's just so much to do. Camp, you can go to Oak Mountain State Park. Oak Mountain Amphitheater is a open air theater. In the summer, they have all kinds of concerts, and man, they've I don't know how many people I've seen there. I did see the late great Toby Keith at Oak Mountain Amphitheater a few years ago. You got Barber Motorsports Park, not too far out of town. You got a big Bass Pro Shops. We've got a Buc-ee's. If you've never been to Buc-ee's, you need to check out Buc-ee's. We got the Civil Rights Museum downtown, 5 Points South downtown. That's more of a nightlife kind of area. Sloss Furnace. We've got Sloss Furnace. It's a good tourist place to go check out. Avondale is a great area. So there's lots to do in Birmingham. So if you have questions, reach out to me, email me, call me. Hopefully this video has been beneficial for you. Thanks for watching.